Hi everyone, this is going to be a video getting you set up to use your iPad screen share through your Windows teaching device while recording or doing a live class from our campus. Our campus Wi-Fi behaves a little bit differently than your home network, and so we have to go through that process a little bit differently. So here we are in my Zoom meeting. I'm not actually recording with Zoom, which is why you can see everything, but hopefully that will be helpful. And I invited my cuddly roommates to join us so that you could see what it would be like to have a participant in the session, not just yourself. So with that said, I'm going to get started hooking up the iPad. And my plan is that I'm likely going to replace some of this video after this point, instead of seeing what I'm seeing on Zoom with what's happening on the iPad. So let's get started. So I'm signed into this meeting as myself. I'm also signed in on this iPad with the same Zoom account. So I'm going to go ahead and on the iPad open up Zoom. And because I set up this particular meeting as a recurring meeting, I've got that. It's up on my meetings page of the iPad. And so what I will do on the iPad is click start. Even though the meeting started, I'll click start on the iPad, and then what will happen is I will join into the meeting, and there you can see is the iPad. It's saying it's connecting to audio, and I'm going to click cancel on the audio joining dialog because that will create a feedback loop that we don't want. And I'm also not going to start video. So my iPad is already told not to start video, but if it had started video, it would look like this. Not a great shot, so I'll go ahead and stop that for now. You want to use your primary teaching device's camera or the kit webcam to capture your video and not the iPad while doing this. Now on the iPad, I'm going to go ahead and tap on the Share Content button that appears on the screen. And then from the Share Content button, there is a screen option. I'll select that, and on that it will show to how to set up a screen broadcast, as you can see. And I'll click the Start Broadcast button once I confirm the microphone is off. I don't want to send audio. And then the iPad takes over the screen. Now, on the iPad, it's currently sharing the screen. And here we have on the right-hand side of the Zoom interface, we have the participant list. Now, there's only 3 people, and I've got a fairly large monitor, so it all fits. But depending on what you want to see as the instructor while you're doing this, you can drag and change the relationship in size between the video participants and the iPad screen share. Now, that could be useful if you are in the classroom setting and this is 10 feet big on the screen in front of your students who are in class. You may want to make the video participants a little larger and the iPad a little bit smaller, but for your students at home, they get their own control over the balance between this, and they could also choose to go to speaker view, and they would see whomever is speaking at that time. Again, because I'm the one speaking, it doesn't highlight me as speaker view. If I spotlight my video, now, no matter what happens, I'll be the one talking, and the iPad will be displaying. And so that might be something that you want to use as well for if you want people focused on the iPad screen and on you. I'll go ahead and cancel the spotlight, go back to gallery view because I think that's going to be something you might want. One thing I realize I haven't mentioned is that this is a particular setting called side-by-side mode. If you turn off side-by-side mode, everybody becomes the little tiny images. The iPad gets bigger. That may or may not be a useful thing. Depends on how you're doing things. But side-by-side mode in the sharing screen interface and then the side-by-side mode may be a feature you want to use. So Now that I've got the iPad joined into the meeting and it's doing the screen share, I'm going to go back to Zoom. And here, because now I'm screen sharing, you'll be able to see me click the stop share button. And then the Zoom goes back to normal with everybody's webcams. Hope this helps.